What's up, everyone? It's your boy again, Andy Coach George Calioris, with my dynamic effort squat and deadlift day, and my repetition overhead press day. So on these dynamic effort squats, I get about 245 plus about 80 pounds of bands at the top, maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 pounds at the bottom. I got my insert predator briefs on, so you can see I'm lowering myself into the squat, kind of pausing, trying to hit parallel. It's difficult to hit parallel in briefs if you have your feet too close. That's why I get, or even in a squat suit. That's why you got to have your feet out wider. But went to 245. You can see I'm trying to force my knees out, trying to open the hips up. I got some sick tiger stripes around my hips from these. They're a little tight because of Thanksgiving. Hopefully I can lose a little bit of leg fat and fit into them pretty decently for the competition. But you can see that even though it's a little more than what I would normally use for my dynamic effort days, it's moving very quickly, and that's attributed to 1, having a stretch reflex, 2, using the briefs, and 3, just becoming more strongerist, even though it felt like garbage, with the deload. And this is 315. I think I did this for 4 sets of 2. No bands, just trying to move just trying to pull the weight off the floor and then explode into it. And the reason is you don't always need bands for deadlifting because it's concentric only. If you try and overspeed the bar right off the floor, you tend to get pulled out of position, and it's not applicable to a heavy deadlift. You're not just going to try and rip a 400 or 500 pound deadlift off the ground. You need to pull it out, pull it off the floor, then accelerate as you lift it up. If you watch any Eric Lillibridge videos, he does that very well. These back extensions nobody cares about, but I'm talking through them. So you push the floor away, you start pushing, and then the bar will start to bend a little bit, hopefully, or the bar will come up if it's a stiff bar, and then finally the weight will break off the floor, and then you can start accelerating at your own pace. Back extensions and these rows were done 20 to 10 at 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, like that. Same thing goes for the these rollouts. Rollouts and goblet squats. Careful with these rollouts. If you have too much weight on there, you might blow your elbows up. It's a lot of stress on the elbows. It was starting to really hurt mine. So I took a break. With this too, you want to be careful that you're not just pulling your hips back over your knees, that you're actually lifting your body all together. Sort of like a plank position. I have a little hip crease, a little hip bend. That's okay, but what happens, you see people doing like a kneeling crunch with this, and that's not how you do an ab rollout. That's the incorrect way. Do not do that. Keep your body rigid in a good posture, much like the deadlift, and you'll have a lot better results out of it. Not only will your abs get stronger, but your obliques, your erectors, your deep abdominal wall, your lats, your triceps, your rear delts, all that stuff will get blown up, and it makes it far more effective than if you just did a fucking crunch. I hate crunches, I hate sit-ups, I hate anything that causes spinal flexion, not something like a sandbag pickup, where you have to have flexion of the spine in order to pick it up, because that's something different. If you maintain your posture throughout the entire movement, it's a lot better than starting with a hyperextended posture or a flat posture and then getting pulled into a rounded position. Because now you have a lot of shear force on the vertebrae and on that muscle tissue and on the connective tissue, and you're more likely to get injured that way. So if you start with just a slight rounded position, not super rounded, not like a dog shitting on the lawn, but maybe you can't just get your back flat because of, hip flexibility or something, then it's better, work on it still, but it's better than getting pulled out of position. So anyways, on to the finisher, Tabatas again. Did 2 rounds of Tabata. No, I did only I think I did 2 rounds of this. I don't know. I don't really remember. I was dying. Thanksgiving took a toll on me, so I was just trying to get my heart rate jacked up and sweat. And that's exactly what happened. So my axle press, it's getting a little bit better. This felt like garbage still today. I was really tired. Warming up was a hell of a battle. This is 170. I hit it for 3. You'll see that I'm not just like coming down and throwing the weight back up because it's actually feeling really heavy on me. So I had to take my time with it. 180. I wanted to hit 180 for triples again. I wanted to do maybe 3 sets of 3. You see, I still got a problem trying to clean it up to the shoulders. I'm going to have to do a continental with anything more than 170. That rep wouldn't have counted in competition because my foot was forward. This would have been all right, but you can see it looks like I'm not locking my right elbow out. And I can't tell if I am or not from here. I always have this genetic bend in my elbows. It's kind of a bone disfigurement. My elbows don't allow me to straighten them out all the way. It's something I've had, all my life, so it's not like I have tight biceps or something. My elbows just don't go straight. So for me, locking out looks like I'm still bent. And yeah, I don't know if I'm locking that right arm out. I really got to figure that out. This one looks a little bit better. I was a little more confident with this second set. You can see I'm jumping a little bit harder and kind of getting a smoother transition from the jump momentum into the press momentum. Still felt like garbage, and I'm making a lot of noises while doing it, but I did it. That's all that matters. And then I did some 150, the 150 axle. And this one I was holding at the top for a lockout count. Hopefully it helps me a little bit, trying to get my triceps and my upper back strong. I might have to do some overhead yoke carries. I wish the weather wasn't so garbage out, but it's what happens when you live in Wisconsin. This one, it felt, I don't know, I don't want to say it felt light, because it still felt like garbage, but it was easier to move after the 180, obviously, when you prime your CNS. I did 3 sets of that, and I moved on to just some dumbbell presses. I got the back grips on. They're not actually back grips, but I'll give the back grips a shout out because they're pretty good. Pretty good. The iron bull grips are a little bit more contoured to the hand, and these ones I like because they have more of an ergonomic grip. They're not flat. I went up to 75 pounds, I think, in each hand. I did it for like 2 sets of 8. Last set I did 10 reps or something. No, supersetting them with lat pull downs. Lat type row, cable pull down, something like that. Then I went ahead and did these seated dumbbell presses. I really like these lately. These are 45 pounds with back grips, and just trying to pump up the shoulders. I did some tricep work after this, and I did more Tabata sets after. So that's about it, guys. If you hung in, thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video and share the video with your friends. I guess that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching.